Thank you. Next question is from Assemblymember Twycross on food insecurity.
Thanks for your question. I'd like to begin by taking this opportunity to thank the Evening Standard for its fantastic Food for London campaign, which highlights the shocking levels of food waste in London. I'm 100% committed to the campaign, as I am to combating hunger and food poverty, and I applaud the Standard's partnership with the Felix Project to help surplus food reach Londoners in need, and urge anyone who can help that agenda to get in touch with the Felix Project. There's no excuse for child poverty in a city as prosperous as London, and there's no excuse for parents to be forced to use a food bank to feed their children, or to go hungry themselves so their children can eat. I've made a commitment to monitor levels of poverty and food poverty, and to develop effective and targeted intervention strategies to tackle the huge challenges that London faces. I commend organisations such as the Trussell Trust for the work they do, but we know that the statistics on food banks can only ever tell us half the story when it comes to hunger. We need a more sophisticated measure. My offices are currently working with a range of stakeholders to develop better poverty metrics for London, including on food insecurity. But to answer your specific question, yes, I will also write to the Government Minister to request that we come up with an official measure of household food insecurity.
I really welcome your response on that. It's something I've been raising with your predecessor for the past 4 years, and I like you, welcome the Evening Standard campaign. As you'll be aware, food poverty means children going to bed hungry. It means parents skipping meals so their children don't have to go to bed hungry, and it means older Londoners eking out sort of meals on wheels where they still exist over several meals when they should be having good, nutritious food. And today, you may be aware that the boss of Tesco's warned of potentially lethal Brexit-related food price rises. And I think he wasn't using the word lethal lightly. And I think one of the ways that the government can address this would be to add questions to a number of pre-existing surveys, such as the Health Survey for England or the Living Costs and Food Surveys. So I'm hoping your answer to the next question is as positive as your response to the first one. But will you support calls for them to add questions to pre-existing surveys, just so that we can start actually understanding the true extent of this issue and the number of Londoners facing hunger on a daily basis? Yeah,
and I've looked at the various different organisations and the survey data they think we should be asking for to get a good idea of this issue. And I think you're right. I mean, at the moment, we haven't got the information. We need to get the information. I've seen the Sustainable Development Goals obligations that we're supposed to be abiding by. And so that's one of the reasons why, after seeing your question, I made the decision to write to the government to try and get an answer from them. But we need to get an answer to this sooner rather than later, because I think the problems are likely to get worse rather than better in the short term, at least.
Thank you. And finally, I just wanted to highlight the launch this week of a campaign called End Hunger UK, which is a coalition of charities working with people facing a lack of food and a lack of decent food on a daily basis. And we also look into how the GLA, including our food team here, can engage with this campaign to support the work here, but their work in helping to end hunger here in London.
Well, I fully support that, and I suggest that you also involve my Deputy Mayor for Social Integration, Social Mobility and Community Engagement, Matthew Ryder, because obviously this is an issue about social mobility as well as the other issues that you've raised, and we should be making sure that the London Food Programme builds on some of the stuff that you're talking about.
Thank you, that's very welcome.